What's going on? Jake here with Uncommon EDC. Today we're taking a look at the Grim Workshop subscription for April of 2024. If you're not familiar with this one, it costs $20 a month, and they send you USA-made bushcraft survival prepping EDC type gear in the form factor of a credit card, dog tag, or medallion. This is stuff you're meant to carry and forget about, but have it when you need it. So as usual, let's dive in with the tip cards. We always get 2 tip cards valued at $1.85 each. They are laminated, so they're going to be waterproof and pretty tear resistant, very durable, super slim also, so don't take up a lot of room in your wallet. Number 1 this month is CM8. CM stands for cooking method, and the 8th cooking method is flat stone cooking. So as usual, we have the illustration on the front, brief explanation of this cooking method, and if we flip it over to the back, a detailed step-by-step instruction on how to assemble that flat stone griddle. So that one's a pretty cool one. We also get a second one, which this time around is T7. T7 is their trapping series, and this is on how to make a fish funnel trap. And I've always found this one intriguing. I would love to make one of these one day. I've never made one, but you see it on all like the survival shows. It doesn't seem like it's too complex, and just like the other one, you get an explanation with an illustration on the front, and then step-by-step instructions on how to assemble it on the back. Now, I'm sure if I were to try and use this camping here in California, it's illegal because almost everything's illegal here in California, but still would be a fun one to try and tackle at some point. And so 2 really good tip cards this time. I enjoy getting the tip cards, and it's one of the things I always look forward to in these subscriptions. You can commit them to memory and then stop carrying them, or if you're going on a trip where you think you might need them, make sure to carry those ones with you, but don't need to carry around a whole deck of cards, but it's fun to accumulate them. Now, in terms of our metal tools this month, our main items, we got 2. We have the Grim Self-Defense Dog Tag. This is valued at $9.50, and it's exactly what you would think, what it looks like, what it sounds like. Basically, a very, very thin knuck for self-defense. And so for me, this is a little bit small, and I have pretty average size hands, I think. I wear a size large glove, but relatively slim fingers. It gets caught up at my knuckle and can be a little bit difficult to get back off. It will eventually slide on there though, and I couldn't imagine this would be very comfortable to use for yourself either. It's going to be a pretty bad day if you actually have to use this for self-defense. Obviously, I guess better than nothing, and it's going to be worse for the other person, but still not the most comfortable knuck you're ever going to get, and I'm sure you can get one that's a little bit more comfortable than this for a single finger knuck. It does have this snap off piece on either side that is permanent, so you can't reattach those obviously to make it a pointed edge defense weapon, and going to be a lot more devastating in that configuration. But either way, I think I would have liked to see this be a little bit larger for me, because I know this isn't going to fit on a lot of hands, and I know they were limited by the size of a dog tag, but I think it would have been kind of cool to see them just go a little bit larger than your typical dog tag, bulk it up by 25% or so that it's a little bit more usable. Maybe 25% is too much, but you know what I mean. And so we do get the card as well with these, and it gives you a brief explanation if you want to pause there and read it, but valued at $9.50. You also always get some extra goodies with the dog tag tools, which include a silencer, and this will fit over 2 or 3 of those dog tag tools so they're not rattling together, and you get one with each of them, so you end up accumulating a bunch of extra. You also get 2 of these ball chains. One is necklace length and the other is keychain length, and so whether you want to carry it on your neck or on a keychain, you do get a ball chain for that, which is a nice thing as well. Now, last but not least is our main item this month. This is the Zachary Fowler signature card, and just like the other one, we do get an explanation on that card if you want to pause there and read that. I'm not going to read through it, just going to kind of briefly look over it. And so I could swear that we've gotten a Zachary Fowler card before and it was a different card, so I think this is actually version 2 of his signature series. And so if you're not familiar with Zachary Fowler, he was on season 3 of Alone is what it says on the card. I remember watching that season. He had a really cool shelter. He also was just really creative with his builds. I remember him building like a duck trap, used a slingshot rather than a bow and arrow like a lot of people use. And so it was definitely an interesting season. He was the winner of that season. On his card, he has fishing hooks and lures. He also has spring snare triggers for some snare traps, a file along the edge, a small knife, a tick remover, which is the center is filled with a small awl, and a fishing spear. So I think this is a pretty cool card overall. Has the retention backing, so you can re-stick these once you use them. Also, the retention back, that you can stick it to your kit or an Altoid kit, however you want to carry this, and permanently attach it to that. And so nice card. These are valued at $21.95, bringing our overall value for this one to right around the $34 mark, which is pretty typical. You pay about $20, you get about $30, $35 worth of gear. Sometimes it'll be a little bit more, particularly like December, I know always seems to be higher in value, but pretty good value overall if you're into these sort of things. I always like to remind people that these aren't meant to be replacements for the actual gear. If you know you're going fishing, take some fishing hooks, but it's nice to be able to just carry that and forget about it in a wallet. Maybe it's a backup wallet that you toss in your bag, not your everyday carry where you keep your cash and cards. But I enjoy this kind of stuff. I think it's a fun subscription, and we'll link to it down in the description below if you're interested in checking it out. But let me know what you think of this month down in the comments, and as usual, if you enjoyed the video, consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and joining the channel as a member. All help the channel out a ton. Hope you have a great one, and take care.